Today's lesson is operating a small business. Sharon is the owner and operator of a cafe in West Kelowna, BC. The cafe sells a vegetarian breakfast bannock for $3.89. If the ingredients cost $1.29, what percentage of sale price can go towards the cafe's operating and earnings? Well, we would take how much you sell the bannock for, subtract how much it costs to make it, and it's $2.60 profit per bannock. Okay, so what percentage is profit? Take the amount that's profit over the total times 100 equals 66.8% of sales can go to operating costs. And earnings. The goal of a business is to earn money through the sales of goods or services. To judge the financial success of their businesses, owners must keep track of expenses, including wages paid to the owner and employees, and sales revenue, recording these in a bookkeeping system. By comparing businesses' expenses to sales revenue, a business may break even, incur a loss, or earn a profit. So break even means that they haven't made any money, but they haven't lost any money. Incurred a loss means that they had more expenses than sales. And earn a profit is what you're shooting for. It's when you make money. Most businesses keep records on a monthly basis and compile them once a year into an annual statement. On the next page is a statement of revenue and expenses for J&W Roofing Limited. Okay, so they received revenue. Revenue is payments that their clients paid them to fix things. So they made $12,500 in revenue. Then they had several expenses. They had to pay salaries, roofing material, gas for their vehicles, insurance, business licenses. So their total expenses was $8,165. So they subtract the two, and you make a profit of $4,335. Just as there are fixed expenses and variable expenses in a personal budget, which we looked at last semester in Math 20, businesses also have fixed and variable expenses. Fixed expenses are regular, reoccurring payments of a set amount, such as monthly rent or quarterly payments, such as expenses. Another fixed expense might be a loan payment for a piece of equipment. Variable expenses may be one-time costs or may incur at irregular intervals. They may include items with fluctuating prices, such as lumber prices for a carpentry business. All right, we're going to take a look at a gardening company and his monthly revenue and expenses. Classify each as an expense or a revenue and as fixed or variable. Okay, so employee wages would be a fixed expense. Monthly fee paid to a developer would also be a fixed expense. Telephone bill, if it's on a plan, is also a fixed expense. Okay, variable expense, bill for soil, because that could depend on how much you need, or purchase of work gloves and knee pads. You may not have to buy them every month. And revenue, payment for gardening services and shrubs. Okay. Kathleen is a certified electrician in Whitehorse, Yukon. She earns an average of $325 for each electrical inspection, and her van costs $2,280 in insurance each year. To cover the cost of her van insurance, approximately how many inspections will she need to do? So the total for insurance divided by 325, the amount she makes off of each inspection, so 701, so about 7 inspections will cover the cost of her insurance. Now, how do you decide if a business is profitable or how to make a business profitable? Owners make decisions every day that affect the success of their business, such as whether to provide products or services that protect the environment or may cost more money. Setting the prices charged for their products and services is another important business decision. Setting prices high enough to cover costs for goods and materials and other expenses help companies make a profit. Yet prices that are too high turn customers away, leading to decreased sales and loss of revenue. So we're going to take a look at a business scenario and we're going to make some decisions to make it more profitable. Lisa runs a fruit smoothie truck. She operates her business at the beach in Tofino, BC, 7 days a week, year-round from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. She currently employs 3 staff members. She is struggling to cover her business expenses and looking to make changes to increase her profitability. Discuss how each of the following factors affect the profitability of her business and suggest what adjustments she could make to her business. So, location. What's wrong with her location? Well, maybe not the beach. Maybe there's other better locations in town. Maybe the location could change because it is a truck. You could go to different events that are happening within Tofino. Hours of operation, well, 9 to 9 year-round is not practical. Nobody probably wants, not a lot of people will buy smoothies in the wintertime. And in the wintertime, it's probably dark early, so nobody's going to be out and about. Time of the year, that would be the same idea, maybe just opening in the summertime. You might want to add some popular menu items, okay? You might want to decrease the number of staff until you are making some more money. Quality of ingredients could be important. Improving the quality may impress their customers, but may not increase her sales, reducing her profit. So taking a look at where she buys her ingredients and her cups and straws, is there a place she can buy that a little cheaper? And the signage to advertise her business. Maybe she could advertise her business, maybe put a sign on her truck, put signs up around the community to try and increase business. Example 2, Sylvia has a home business in Nunavut. She sells prints of Inuit art, including those of the following artists. She sells her pieces from a website and also sells her work to local retailers. Her average sales are 90 pieces per month, and each print costs $27.58 to be made. Her operating expenses are $1,200 a month. If she continues to have 90 prints made and sold each month, what must she charge to break even? Right, so 90 prints times $27.58 to make them. She spends $2,482.20 to make prints. We're going to add $1,200 onto that total because that's her operating expenses. So we're totaling up all her expenses for a month. And she has $3,682.20 of total monthly expenses. So her total monthly expenses, $3,682.20. She needs to sell 90 prints. So she needs to sell them at $40.91 per print to break even. So just to cover her expenses. She's not making any profit yet. B says if she decides to charge $50 per print, how many sales must she make to break even? Okay, so this was A, B. So if she took and divided it by 50, so she has to sell 74 prints to break even. And last, if she wants instead to make a 25% return on her investment, how much will she charge? So you take the break-even price. That's just to cover her costs, but she wants to make a profit. So we're going to times it by 25%. So she needs to charge $10.25 more to make a profit. So that's the profit margin. So you take the break-even price and add on the profit, and she will have to sell for $51.14 a print. All right, I want you to work on some build your skills questions, 1 to 6. When you're comfortable with that material and you have corrected them, making sure you check the answer key, you can move on to some more build your skills questions, practice your skills, and 3 additional questions that are attached to the Smartboard slide. Question 3 is Emma's owning a used furniture retail and repair shop. Benjamin owns and operates a painting company in Vancouver. And the 3 Oz, a Vancouver rock group, are trying to get some merchandise sold at their concert, and they want to know how much to sell each item for. All right, and that is the end of this outcome, 30.7. So you can review the material, and then this outcome can be written with the assessment for 30.6, which is buying and leasing a vehicle. Those 2 assessments can go together.